In this episode, I'll show you how I made the tracks and the drive rollers. Okay, here's my materials for the tracks. I bought this conveyor belting. It's used. I got it on eBay for, I think, $95 plus $18 shipping. But that's enough belt for 2 tanks. So I'll cut that into 6-inch wide strips. And then I think this is about 12 feet long. So I'll have enough to make enough, like I said, for 2 tanks. And then for the treads, or the track links, this is plastic lumber, landscaping lumber from Menards. And these are 2x4s. And so this is what all the track material is going to be made of. These are $20 a piece. It's going to take about 3 of them to make enough track for the Stug. So I bought a 4x4s for the Sherman, and I learned that the outer surface was pretty hard and dense, but the closer you get to the center, the more porous and weak it was. So instead of 4x4s, I'm getting 2x4s, and I'm gonna cut it into 6 inches wide that's the scale width of the track. And then I'll split it vertically and then split it this way. So I'll have each track pad will be 6 inches wide, 1 3/4 long, and 3/4 of an inch thick. Okay, I got the belts cut from the roll that I bought. These are 175 inches long by 6 inches wide, but the edge with that fiber showing is white, so I'm just gonna spray paint the edge flat black. Okay, that looks a lot better. So I got all the track links drilled. Took about an hour to do all those. And then these are all the track guides. I sanded the edges so there's no sharp edge to cut up my tires. And it took about an hour to do all that sanding. And then I made a fixture here for assembling the track. So here's a pocket that exactly fits the track guide. And then this is a straight edge to line up the belt. So I'll lay the belt down and then close this, and then this track link will fit in here. And then insert my 2 screws, then advance it to the next station, and then these are 1/2 inch thick spacers that'll be the spacing between each track pad. So now it's time to start screwing the track together. Okay, here I'm all set up. Got the first 2 done. So there's the 2 track teeth. I put the rubber side facing the wheels to get a better grip on my drive roller, and kind of a rougher side will face the track pads. So anyway, I got the center guide already dropped there in the fixture, and I just set that there, line up the belt with this straight edge here. There we go. 3 down, I don't know, 140 or so to go. 142, I think, for both tracks all together. Okay, there's 1 whole track done, and then I need to make a splice. So the belt's gonna overlap, and then 1 for each track. I made this splice link, and I just countersunk 2 holes for these 1/4 20 flathead screws. And then, so there'll be 2 layers of belt here, and then I'll screw the track guide, but just for an additional clamping force, I have these T-nuts. So that'll go on top of the belt, and it'll be nearly flush with the belt so the tires won't catch it really. And so they'll have these 2 T-nuts they'll catch a hole in the belt, in addition to the clamping of the belt in between the track pad and the track guide. Okay, here's what I got for the rear drive wheels. Now, I'm gonna try just driving the tracks with just the traction of these drive wheels onto the rubber belt track, rather than making a geared sprocket. Now, I ordered these wheels thinking that this is rubber. This is actually just hard black plastic. So I'm hoping it has enough traction. I've got some ideas if that doesn't work, but I'm gonna give it a try at first, relying on the rubber of the belt for grip and the spring tension on the tensioner system that I showed in the last video. But there's a pair of wheels, and so I got to join those together. And this is the drive that's the hub and the outer half of the wheel from the scooter. So I'm going to use the inner diameter. I made this wood bushing to align with the inner diameter of the hub, and it fits the outer diameter of this wheel. I'll actually go on this side. So that'll center the wheel onto the hub, and then there's these 5 bolt holes on the hub and the 5 holes on the wheel. That will transfer torque from the hub to the wheel through those 5 bolts, but there won't be anything to transfer torque to the outer wheel. I got this steel tube that's press fit into here. I got a shop press to press that in, and that being pressed in might be enough to transfer the torque, but just to be sure, I made this cog piece that catches on these features on the inner wheel. It'll engage in the same features on the outer wheel to transfer torque. And so here's what that all looks like when it's together. I got that cog piece in the middle, and that steel tube is pressed in between. The only other thing left to do is to when this is being used, there's nothing that's going to push these wheels together, but the track guide goes in between, so there might be forces pushing these wheels apart. So I've got a piece of all thread I'm going to run through there. I need a bigger fender washer to catch the wheel, but I'll have a piece of all thread with the washers on both sides to make sure that it can't get spread out. So that's how I'm going to put together the rear drive wheels. Now I only got a track on one side, so I can't try turning it, but I can at least you can see the wheel spinning when I'm in reverse, so I'm going to add some rubber pad to the drive wheels to get some better grip, and then try it again. Okay, thanks for watching.